Halloween means the chance to dress up and have some fun, whether that fun entails of scaring the pants off your friends, or, as this list will explore, getting their pants off in a very different way. Alright, bad dad jokes aside, we're taking a look at the top 10 sexiest superhero Halloween costumes. And because many mainstream versions of the costumes are pretty we'll be looking at some real cosplayers who are donning the very sexy costumes we'll be talking about. Real life cosplayers! And we're featuring both women and men on this list, because hey, it wouldn't be fair to just stick to one side when both can be equally sexy, yeah? Yeah, let's get to it. And at number 10 is Power Girl. DC's Power Girl has always had a pretty revealing costume for the most part, specifically around the chest area. You can imagine how that could make one hell of a sexy costume though. Well, cosplayer and glamour model Marie-Claude Bourbonnais from Quebec in Canada gives us an example of how sexy that can be with her rendition of the contemporary Power Girl costume. Up next, number 9 is Captain America. You don't need to flash a ton of skin to be sexy, which is something cosplayer Michael Mulligan, aka Captain Cosplay, shows us with this classic Captain America costume. Perfectly styled hair and a very detailed outfit, this cap getup is far from lacking charm, and definitely one way to have admirers flocking to you. Up next, number 8 is Gwenom. Who said you have to sacrifice being sexy if you want to be scary? Gwenom, the cross between Spider-Gwen and Venom, can easily be both. Spider-Gwen, aka Spider-Woman, alongside with Gwenpool, have gained some big cosplay fandoms in the recent past, and with Earth 65, Spider-Woman now getting her very own Venom symbiote, it's definitely a topical costume. Jessica Negri re-put together the outfit, which is noticeably different than the character designs Jason Latour released on June 27th. But hey, still pretty sexy and still pretty scary. Up next, number 7 is Blade. Vampires definitely have sex appeal. Aside from sucking blood and supernatural strength and what other abilities their specific lore has granted them, sex appeal is in there with their iconic traits. So instead of dressing up as an Edward Cullen Twilight vamp, why not go the Blade route? Yes, the jacket may be a little bit too 90s Matrix for most of our likings these days, but Blade is one hell of a hot vampire, as we see here with cosplayer the Daywalker, who is actually the spitting image of Wesley Snipes. Plus, he's even got the moves to back it up. Up next, number 6 is Scarlet Witch. Similar to most of the other characters on this list, Scarlet Witch has had many different looks over the years, but has always stuck to her scarlet color palette. There's the more punk version of Wanda, which inspired the costume design for film Age of Ultron, and then there's the classic cape and crown look that has been revamped over the years, including in Scarlet Witch's more recent solo series. So let's take a look at a pretty sexy version of that costume, worn by cosplayer Yaya Han. Yaya was actually a part of the Marvel 2016 cosplay variant cover series with this costume, for Scarlet Witch number 10, and she gives a detailed outline on her website as to how she made it, which is pretty damn cool. In her number 5 spot is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is the most iconic female comic character of all time, can't argue that. And with the success of this past year's Wonder Woman film, it shouldn't come as a surprise that many people want to dress up as her this Halloween. I mean, hey, body armor and confidence, it's incredibly sexy. Over the years, she's a character that many cosplayers have dressed up as, but this year's New York Comic Con 2017, if you're watching this in the future, there was a plethora of women rocking Diane's threads, or armor, rather. And at number 4 is Aang from The Last Airbender. When you think of Aang from Avatar The Last Airbender, I'm sure that the first thing that comes to mind isn't, damn, he's sexy. And fair enough, because he's a 12-year-old kid, and that's kind of weird. Unless you're also a 12-year-old kid with a crush on him. But here we have an example of how that opinion can be reversed when an adult male is in his threads. This cosplay artist from Finland, named Elfie, has put himself in many a sexy costume, with Aang likely being his hottest, even though he's got quite the sexy portfolio going for himself. In our next spot at number 3 is Catwoman. Catwoman, aside from her number 1 spot, is likely the most iconic sexy female superhero costume out there. Inherently, Selena Kyle has always been a sex symbol, and was actually created by Bill Finger and Bob Kane as a way to add more sex appeal to the Batman comics, first appearing in Batman number 1 in spring of 1940. She's come a long way since then, and has become one of the more complex and intriguing characters in the DC universe. And hey, who doesn't want to dress up in a leather suit and cat ears, right? Here we see her being cosplayed by Nikki Steele. In her number 2 spot is Nightwing. Nightwing is arguably the sexiest male superhero, and by arguably I mean some of you might disagree, but most of you will be like, yep, that's accurate. Now, I don't need to go through the reasons why Nightwing is sexy. You can actually check out our top 10 sexiest male superheroes list for that. But cosplayer and model Michael Hamm is giving us one more reason why Dick Grayson is a total babe, and how the Nightwing costume is without a doubt incredibly hot. Also worth noting, Hamm does a really great Spider-Man and Shazam cosplay, definitely worth checking out. And finally, in our number 1 spot is Harley Quinn. If you guys remember last Halloween, the Halloween of 2016, you'll probably recall a lot of pink and blue pigtails, and short skirts, and oversized sledgehammers, dozens and dozens of them. In other words, girls dressing up like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. It was the most popular costume that year, which makes sense because it's incredibly sexy. And while this year the trend may be dressing up as the demonic clown from It, there's bound to be many ladies still donning this costume this year too, because, well, it's Kinda hard to top in the sexy department, isn't it? Alright, there we have it, friends. Who or what are you dressing up as for Halloween? Let us know in those comments below. And if you want more sexy, why not check out our top 10 sexiest female superheroes list, or top 10 sexiest male superheroes list, because they're sexy. And if you guys dug this video, why not hit those like and subscribe buttons. But in the meantime, I've been Kelly Pally, and this has been Top 10 Nerd. I'll catch you guys in the next one.